You know, when you see me trying to do this, I'm just basically trying to wake up. That's when you see me, whatever. Like tonight, I've only slept literally for just about an hour. Yeah, just about an hour, and I was tired. You know, today is Sunday. Sunday, go to church, and after church, you start running around with Kia. You know, so it's a little bit of a struggle. Oh yeah. What a friend we have in Jesus. Oh, our sins and grief to our sins and grief. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. I hope my chap church. I went to church today. It was very nice. I like the readings were very nice. The homily was good. You know, so yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, how is Kia? She's okay. Kia is good. Kia is good. She's sleeping. So yes, where is the other phone? I have my speakers here. I think I need the other phone. Where is it? There you are. There we are. Here we are, all together as we sing our song. We'll always be. Okay, when are you coming back? Elvis Midimo. I wish I could say tomorrow I'll be on the plane. I wish I could say tomorrow I'll be on the plane. Okay, the Kenyan coffee donut so apa you know, kubuka konsoko. Nachipanga, but anyway, it was just there. I was thinking that, I will even eat supper or whatever, but I struck off with these. I like these donuts, by the way. They're very nice. I buy them near church. So after church, we come out to this eating place, and we buy donuts. We love the donuts. My wife likes some other things from there, but me and Kia, we like the donuts from there. Nice donuts, this one. Greetings to the family. Enjoy yourself, sir. Thank you very much, David. The Africa in you and me using spoon for sugar instead of teaspoon. Using spoon for sugar instead of teaspoon. I feel unusual. No, Sipo, I don't know what you're talking about. Good evening, Mister. I'm watching you from Zambia. Kitwe, good. My TikTok viewers, how are you doing? You know, keep promoting me on TikTok. I want to grow my TikTok platform. Ku TikTok na fishupa, ku TikTok na le kwata koka ngwe. Numba na fishupa na kuisa bena. Ababe shile kwa. Ku TikTok ifintu na fishupa. So I am trying to to move to YouTube. Power Facebook now. Facebook is good. I just got monetization. So ku TikTok nakona kulasinda kokangwe. Filafine but teshingi sana hiyo but bafine watola kokangwe washita kwa sugar. Yeah. I'm trying to wake up. It has been an easy day. You have gained. What are you eating? Donuts? When are you endorsing Mundubile? Now that I didn't endorse Aka in the Ichidema. For 2026, nende anaka in the Ichidema. Nimbona na mtampa kokunjeba. No, Tayali wants to shift. Tayali wants to shift awe. Taking change up yo. Apa 2026, whether Baaka in the Ichidema recognizes my effort or not, I am supporting Baaka in the Ichidema. Whatever happens, I'm giving him my support. Do I mean that he's the best? He has got no issues? No. Baaka in the Ichidema, he has some issues. But we are all human beings. Who doesn't? We all have issues. We all have issues. So, you never know. I'm endorsing President Hakainde Hichilema. And I know when I say that, some of you people get upset. You get upset. Some of you want to call me names. You say a lot of things. But I'm politics. But if we have, I'm politics if we have. You know? So, let me start by talking about the pastoral letter, which was released, I think yesterday, 30th January, by the Episcopal Conference, the Catholic Bishops of Zambia, and they are basically talking about the 2026 general elections. They brought out a number of issues. Which I have read, and I liked it, actually. I must say, I want to commend the bishops of Zambia, because when you read that pastoral letter, you don't get an undertone of them going one side or the other. They are just there as shepherds, like they put it themselves. They are just there as shepherds to, form our conscience, but not to take it. I like that. They are there to form our conscience, but not to take it. Meaning, they point out according to their prophetic mission, according to their spiritual guidance. They give us some kind of guidance, but at the end of the day, it's us to take a position. It's us to take a position, and they are encouraging us to be active in politics. Like they put it, that it is a moral obligation that we participate. It is a civil and moral obligation that we participate in elections. I know, I want to say that 2026 will be, I foresee high voter apathy. I foresee high voter apathy in 2026. But our bishops are encouraging us to go and vote. So I agree with them, and I want to take this opportunity to encourage you to go and vote and to participate in elections. But to participate in elections, not to engage in violence, not to engage in insulting each other. Anyway, so very good points. But there are certain points that really struck me. Like it says, a good Catholic faithful. Sorry. Now I'm whatever. It says to be a political servant means to seek what is true and just, not simply what is expedient or popular. Therefore, we urge political leaders to resist the temptation of corruption, manipulation, and the use of power merely for self-preservation or ideological purity. Now, this akaka statement kachinji katako, to be a political servant means to seek what is true and just. To seek what is true and just. And I'm telling you one thing that I've seen in politics is that a number of you, you are like spectators in a football match. You are like spectators in a football match, and you are cheering, you are seeing how we are playing, and the number of times you make comments, no, but you should go this way, no, you should go this way. Particularly myself, I receive so many of your advice. This one is saying, no, Tayali, now Tayali, you are okay. Now Tayali, whatever. No, Tayali, what you are doing, whatever. It is not as easy as you think. Many of you, some of you are even frustrated to say, why is he going this direction? Why is he talking about this? Why is he saying this? Why is he not talking about this? I understand you. From my perspective, I understand you, because there was also a time when I was not actively involved in politics, and I used to make my comments based from the stage where I was, or as a spectator, I used to make those comments. But now that I'm in politics, even the way I was doing politics some years back and the way I'm doing politics now, it's totally different. This is a fact. Because politics is something difficult. Before I joined politics, remember I was in the civil society. And in the civil society, I was busy, trying to push for justice, trying to push for, equality, trying to push for equity, trying to push for, fairness, and all those virtuous characteristics that one would want to see in society. I used to push for that. Hey, I'm telling you, it was not easy. It was not easy. And I got frustrated because, much as I was talking this, really at the end of the day, the politicians, they carry the day. The politicians decide the destiny of the people. The politicians, they decide the destiny. They decide which direction you go. The churches can say whatever they want. The religious, the traditional leaders can say whatever they want. The civil society can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, the people really that drives the agenda of the country are the politicians. And of course, they have the mandate because they are voted in by the people. So you can say whatever you want, blah, 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 blah. The people that really decides which way to go are the politicians. And that is how I said, you know what? Let me just join politics. Let me get into politics so that, I can push the agenda. I can push the agenda, I can be part of those people that are making, that are deciding how our country should go. And when I started, I was hoping that I would just come to people, tell them reason, this, and they would follow me. Where mwana? Wala. Some of you think that what makes people to be voted into power, it is the good things that they say. It is the, like I read in the pastoral letter. It's about the good character. It's about integrity. It's about the vision. That is what some of you think is what makes leaders to be where they are. I have been watching, for example, Antoine Kanyaba, John Sangwa. But John Sangwa has taken an approach, of, going down and going to people, going in the compounds, going to the markets, chatting with people, sitting in their homes, 3, 4, 5, talking to them. About John Sangwa. Kalaka strategy kariya. Kalaka strategy. Akakwima mule pitana ma compound mulenda namubika namaboko pakunu mamulenda. You are walking around in the compound, you are greeting people, whatever, talking to people, trying to pump a sense in people, whatever, speaking to good English, shani offloading you to my philosophy, offloading to your legal, whatever, mwana. And you think that's what will make that will earn you votes? Wala. Many of you think that you can ascend into power by all those virtuous characteristics in politics. In politics, I'm telling you, you come and find that I'm a reflux. Abantu bambi abashasa mbirira banani bakula kupita. Va John Sangwa, like I'm giving an example of John Sangwa. I'm actually promoting him. If you check va John Sangwa ka step wasendiri. Chimona kalaka sendiri banani kane va chipimo. Eras chipimo also thought that he would talk to people and whatever. Wala. Vanani vamdala va Fred vanani kane va Mianda, Godfrey Mianda. But Godfrey Mianda, now he came up with this good vision, with this philosophy, village concept and whatever. He thought that he would talk to people and people would follow him. Kuisa. He became frustrated va longa. Chipimo ali longa. Va ntwani kani va Sangwa, abakalonga. Bakalonga. I don't even see, the character of a politician in him. I don't even see the character of the politician. Because just so to come votes, when we will go for votes, in August, ama votes bakasenda ba John Sangwa, bakapapasa. Bakatola mo bakamona cover. It is just something else. And this is my challenge. This is what I've learned. All those good things that some of you talk about. No, don't do a character assassination, whatever. Kuisa. I'm a politics. Kanufina ubikamona karuseri. Ngamwalosha hivi nakainde ichilema where he started as a gentleman. Now for it shuti aisha mkola ndefima economics whatever. Apaka in the ichilema, especially if you go back in 2016, first 2016 haka in the ichilema chinja amba nokula tukanako nakuchitawu we chatile chancha whatever. Emma politics. Unfortunately, that is what people get excited. People want to be cheated. You come like myself. Na isa no, inaisha kwa tempia, I don't have money. No, na isa never ko this person achimpela ko 10 pini at I'm being transparent. I want to be transparent. I want to tell you, the everything as it is. Kuisa mwapiribuka no wamshani na wali that day wali tuweba tulali kupera 10 pin whatever fiakula something that you are trying to say, muli wino for nothing, but yabalawesa mkumibepo kwa inena alikuwa tolu pia. Me, I have a lot of money. Bala kongola ne nyotoka. Aya kongola motoka. Aya ashima motoka. Chavana shani. Those are the people that you follow. Those are the people that you follow. You tell people the truth, even about the policies. You tell people the truth. This is where our economy is. This is what is possible. This is what cannot. Quisa. Do you vote for such people? No, you don't. That's why Akainde Ichilema, when he came, Alisa realized, other than the fishing, Kalemieva, I want to. That's why you saw now, mu 2016, Alisa chinja number. Ubunganka wesha 50 pin. Shan fertilizer nka wesha 250. Chakuti na chakuti. Whatever. Mwatote. And Akainde Ichilema, that's how Akainde Ichilema became president. So, basically what I'm just telling you to say, our politicians have a chimbi. Yeah, you have a chimbi. Then talk about the people that you associate with Muma politics. Some of these people, I mean, Narive Shiva. I know their character, I know whatever. A lot of these politicians, Narive Shiva. But Tayali, work with this one. Tayali, be consistent. Whatever. You don't want me to see anything wrong in somebody that you support. Even a Akainde Ichilema, you want me to support everything about UPND. You want me to support everything about Akainde Ichilema. Nganalanda kofia taa, but if ita firondo wekefi. Tayali, you see, we told you that this one is not stable. You can't trust Tayali. Trust Tayali at your own whatever. But where did you see in life where if into win? Where did you see in life umuntu fiance at feel right? Where? Fimwe fintu nakadia. You and you know you like these issues of saying no. Akainde Ichilema is okay. The problem is that the people around him. If Akainde Ichilema is okay, why is he choosing these wrong people? Why is he allowing some of these people, to do nonsense? Why is he allowing? Why is Akainde Ichilema allowing Uyujito? At a wrong time when we are supposed to be busy promoting Akainde Ichilema. Jito Alinu campaigning for himself. Branding himself, Jito Alinu. But Jito ni economic advisor wawaka take. And you can't tell me that Akainde Ichilema cannot see through Jito's activities. You can't tell me that. And you don't want me to talk about that. If you look at Siawan Alinu, now look at the campaign manager wakwa Jito. If you look at some of the things that are happening, even among the ministers, I mean, you're like, what is this? But inenda na tampo kulanda tampo kufiponta kusonta. What about this? You very people mwala tampo Tayali nomba look at Tayali. You want me to accept everything about Akainde Ichilema that is okay. But I want to take this opportunity to tell you that I'm not a praise singer. I am not a praise singer. I am not a sycophant. I'm not. And this is where you say you can't trust Tayali. And on that one, I don't have it any other way. I will not support. So anyway, that is the conflict that I have. Every day I have this conflict. Before situations, I am like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say here? I mean, but if I say this, I want to ala njimina. If I say this, if I do this, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. I'm a politics. Yari cover. You don't know what goes on in politics. You don't know what goes on in my life. And some of these things, you can't just come up and say it. You can't. Some of these things, you can't. You can't. Yari cover my politics. So, reading that into Ankane. But anyway, this is where I like that postulator because it is challenging us. It challenged me. At least as I was reading through, it challenged me. But then at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I would lie to say I would have conversion. Because really, if I were to just follow what is in that pastorate and ngandera ndafimbi. And yes, some of you say, but why are you not talking about this? Hey, why are you not talking about this? Why are you not talking about this? Yes, there are a lot of things that I would talk about. Trust me. It's true. There are a lot of things that I would talk about, which I would criticize. But I'm supporting. How do I do that? How do I do that? You be against me. You be against me. And some of these issues, for example, some of you have been thinking, hey, Hakainde Ichilema, hey, why can't Hakainde talk to Hakainde Ichilema to forgive you? Talk to Hakainde Ichilema to forgive you. Talk to Hakainde Ichilema to forgive you. Yarikava. I would say a lot of things about that. I'm telling you, I would say a lot of things about that. But well, let me shut up. I would not say anything. I would not say anything. But really, I mean, I talk here on social media. I go through whatever challenges here on social media. You think Hakainde Ichilema doesn't know? You think Hakainde Ichilema doesn't watch what Chilufya Tayali is doing? You think he doesn't? Hakainde Ichilema surfs the social media. He moves from one platform to the other. Hakainde Ichilema. If there is a president that follows what is going on social media, it's Hakainde Ichilema. And I would really dispute to say somebody to say no, Hakainde Ichilema doesn't know about this. Hakainde Ichilema knows a lot of things. But then again, even when I talk about some of these issues, sometimes they get like, you don't know what is in his backyard, in his backyard. You don't know. You also don't know because it's easy to be president. I know Hakainde Ichilema has got also his own issues. He has got his issues. I know some of these things he would do them differently. But I'm sure he has got his own issues. Sometimes we think that Ama presidents, they are so powerful. No, sometimes Ama presidents, they are scared. Even they are scared of cadres. Even like Proud, Dr. Proud. I'm telling you, sometimes these very big politicians, they are scared. They quake just to hear Dr. Proud. This is Dr. Proud. You see here, we need to talk. We need to tell the truth. Those people, they shake some of these guys. So you also don't know what is really in those situations. Even in government, that's why I want to be part of government. I want to be part of government because sometimes really, even when you are talking so much about government, government this, government this, government this, you really don't know what goes on in there. I strongly believe that the perspective of a minister to national matters is different from the perspective that some of us who are outside have. All in all, I'm saying that, the one who knows or who feels how the wild fruits are falling is somebody that is under the tree. Somebody who is under the tree. So sometimes don't think that no, you can tell me this, you can tell me this. A lot of people call me, and some of them just go, no, I just want to advise you. Iwe, do you want to advise me? What are you going to, what you should do, Iwe. What you should do ni Japoni ndakanavakashi. Nindakana bakashukwa batiwe munganda munata muli ubunga mona kuno watu leta kunata kwa wanenjera whatever ichitakwefi olesa mkunje wamo what you should do ya recover and so you should understand us and you should also understand those that are in government. They are not perfect. So some of you have mwalimu patafe Hakainde Ichilema. I mean, you just don't know. You don't know what goes on in there. You know, you don't know what goes on. Even to some of us who are in opposition, you don't know. Right now, Kuliabena Mundubile. Navena given Lubinda. Na lukaba. But given Lubinda. But Mucharo Chagona. Given Lubinda is in his own world. Given Lubinda, I mean, look at the things that he's doing. Given Lubinda, you know, according to him, I'm sure in his head, he wants to gather people. He wants to form a team. And according to him, he thinks by firing, he's gathering people. But I don't know. Umuliro wa given wale pitamu umuliro wa given. Wale pabu afia. And there are some people, of course, naturally, there are people who are supporting were given. There are some people who are against were given. This is just the way it is, my politics. My politics, not to go at abantu yubari musula. You were tired abantu bari kusula. Meanwhile, we are tired abantu bari kusula. But they are parting away with the little money that they have. Yesterday, I was telling you, Katisha, I mean, I'm sure you saw it. You saw, you know, I was sleeping. Nindara, umuntu kisambusha, kisantumina phone. Awo never kutumina $50. Never kutumina $50. Now, touch quarter open, he had to wait in Pakafola. Elwa ituma $50. And that, especially when you talk about mu diaspora, alamu diaspora na ikaba. Abantu amu diaspora na ikawa teko ati muntu aba kwa America, yo aba kwa Australia, yo aba ku Britain, they have got money. Na ikawa mu diaspora. Life na ikawa na kukudia. People are just there because at least kudia inchiteko shava kuombesha, but people are working, you know, awkward hours. Umuntu ale womba in a day ale womba 16 hours. In a day, ya kwa 24 hours. Wasanga umuntu ale womba 16 hours. Wasanga ta distance aleisha 2 hours going ukuya kunchito shan nganya womba mana nkani ma agents yadi shupa, you know. It's difficulty. So when somebody says ndek tumina $50, I respect them. But meanwhile, Tayali abantu bali kusula, but somebody is parting away with $50. It is not easy at the moment. And I'm very grateful to those people. It's the same with Bagiven Lubin. There are some of you who are supporting Bagiven. There are some who are against it, Bagiven Lubin. But from my perspective, this is why I usually say, from my perspective, I feel Bagiven, leadership na iwa shupa. From my perspective, I don't know Mudiro Vale Pitamo, but from my perspective, Mudiro Bagiven, leadership na iwa shupa. Why in there but na iwa shupa is being very emotive. But given Lubinda, since he became acting president, he has been acting very emotive. Even the situation where PF is today, it is the emotive way of dealing with situations. Emotive way. Remember, na Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa were given, they were like this. Even when we were given Lubinda sued me, the only witness that he but given Lubinda had, and by then he was justice minister, was Mao Sampa. They were like this. I'm a party, my party, shani, bale umfuani. Because of politics, because Bagiven was being emotive. Whenever Mao did whatever he did, whatever nonsense he did, because basically he made some comments which infuriated the party, other members of the party. But Bagiven, according to me, if Bagiven had leadership qualities, he would have approached Mao and engaged him on the sideline before coming to roast him in a central committee meeting. Where Mao Stampanomba Zanda, from White State, it's still gonna film. What does Bagiven do? Bamuchta expel. Bamuchta expel epa fumine the convention yabufi. It is because Mao Sampa were given, and for me, Bagiven was emotional. Because Mao Sampa was somebody that he was close to. Whatever action that Mao was going to take, if he was a leader, he would have called Mao and engaged him. Iwe Mao's monophoric whatever. I'm sure Mao's would have listened. But we are given to the Sendera Palibu Vice President. Our Central Committee suspension. Next, expelling Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa azanda uyo ka convention kabufi. Imo mambo kulabe pa no haka inde ichilema. Kupu sana kwa abo babidi badia. Mao Sampa na given wind. Efi alengiro kwa tikube karaka convention kabufi. Efi alengire. And but Given was trying to protect Edgar Lungu because Edgar Lungu, he was trying to protect Edgar Lungu and himself, by the way. Because Edgar Lungu, but Given by Shokati, Edgar Lungu, nga power umbi, if we go for a convention and Edgar Lungu is replaced, he knew that, his political future was was obscure, basically, was in jeopardy. So, he kept on, preserving Edgar Lungu as president. Edgar Lungu was president because as long as Edgar Lungu was there as president, but Given when they remained vice president and as acting president. You see? So he was protecting his Kantuanikane position kawo. Position kako whilst Edgar Lungu was holding on to presidency, but Given was holding on kurikarake position kabu acting. They messed up everything. They lost PF. Now, fast forward, the same things are happening right now. Kuriam utuma differences, whatever. And Given, what is Given doing? Given mass suspension, firing this one, firing this one. According to me, I don't know Given position now, but according to me, a leader, you must have a big heart. According to me, a leader, you must have a big heart. A leader, you must be forgiving. That is number one. Leadership at all levels, the number one thing that you should have is forgiveness. According to me. At all levels, even in Munganda, in your own house, if you are not a forgiving person, it will be very difficult for you to stay with your wife. It will be very difficult for you to show love to your own children if you are not a forgiving person. Because you find your own wife is wronging against you, is doing wrong things. And some of these things, they may not even be wrong. But from your perspective, you look at it to say, this is wrong. This is wrong. From your perspective. Ine muna munganda na ikalanga na chimeo nkama sha munganda mumwanda. Muna munganda muno kwa liwati. Incense. Ida incense. Aba kashwandire keni miebe ndera na muchiwe mbashirefo abomfwe. Aba kashwandi nde mieba. Ngabaya pamo. Ngandikunotwawa. Ngabaya pamo. Venefo bakonka ima incense. Incense. Mwali inamu ishiba incense. File finunkila filia. Ubu bani. My wife spends money on incense like any miebe. Makando, kwali wa makando ya kwato mutengo leke ni mieve imo. Leke ni milange pufesika mo. Mila mu fonde mieve. You see? Utu. Mamon. Aka utu ni tu kando. Ero kuno utu no twadi dulotu. Utu tumbi utu. Aka kaswaka. Bala vika mutu insensi shani. Bafwaya munganda mulenu nkila yonse munganda muli chush. Yonse munganda chush. Ukuno nkilo kwa pusana. Every day I'm telling you pa internet jumu kashwanja wa filifi. Walosa when you should resha incense. If you are kununka, no, you can imagine. You are in an ish panon de tontonka nati. Oh, not quarter. We are muntu antumina ka 50 ringi. So antumina ka $50. Kalaka $50. Narashta muka penta. Ste muka penta na tushanchani. Ero veno wasa da what? Kwa? Lete ile 50 nanikane. Iyonto anikane leta. Leta kuno. Wasa she okay. Wamu pero muntu. Wisa da what? Kwa ashta muvi bread. Ashta mwana tushani tu jamu tu shani huko
shimbishi ni statu incense. You see? Now, from my perspective, muntu wandi kutu hamkushta ife kununkira munganda ngani perfume tetimulando mkajwandi mama mwamumo ena butukira mu perfume ero wasanga ma perfume ayo lero lesha muntu wandi ya mutengo wamona. Number, I'm just giving this an example, but for me, if you feel kununkira nshafishi batefona akura muntu wandi ina ishiwo kudya ina ishiwo kudya ina ishiwa tinga kwa tempia kushto twakudya twakudya but mukashwandi ina ona ulendarama kuma incense. Okay. But that, I'm just trying to tell you that different perspectives. And if you are not careful, you would say, no, my wife is useless and whatever. No, we are different. We are different. And you must be tolerant. You must be able to meet people halfway. You must be tolerant. You must look at things from their perspective as well. So as a leader, at any level, I just gave this as an example, that even in your house, you need to be forgiving. Even in your house, you need to be understanding. You need to have a big heart. You need to have a big heart. You know? That's why Nangundela and the Paddington can, because you know, really, come have a chinga. File chita Egypto, ni mfipata. Ero ni mfipata. Ukumi have a chinga. If you file chita Egypto, ni mfipata. But then, you know, I mean, I don't know why Hakainde Ichilema is tolerating it. Maybe he knows what is really going on. I'm telling you, what Jito is doing is wrong. It's not just about me to say, no, Nimfulwa, I'm being jealous. Now I know. Jito is posing himself like he's the center of gravity of the presidency. But all the time, when somebody, omuntumo ngapula mongo muyo apakati. Ambo kula monekela kwati ena. Let me tell you, even all of you, whenever you wake, don't try to outshine everybody. Don't try to position yourself like you are the only one. Those are bad guys. People that you see that present themselves like, you know, inenine. Those are a big problem. You need people that work as a team. Even if I'm working with people, you know, you need to moderate yourself. Why Chilufya? Why Vika Palevo Yabanove? Not in, so you never know what Hakainde Ichilema. Anyway, I don't know what Hakainde Ichilema is doing. Maybe na womfwan, but in Ghana womfwan, let me tell you, Fiabu at this point in time, because Hakainde Ichilema, today we show Hakainde Ichilema pitem 2026. Ero na fine mulefu saba ila 2031. If you lave niko, because tamuishive amapange ya kwalisa. Keep this video, lekeni niebe. Keep this video. Iyo 2031, va Jito muleva landira po muleva itina kampeni. Iwe siya wanu. Hey, Jito 2031. You don't know what will happen in 2031. Don't think that Jack Mwimbu is a fool to keep quiet, because Jack Mwimbu also would want to be president. Gary Nkombo would also want to be president. And so many other people would want to be president. But why have they buried their presidential ambitions? Why? Why have they have suspended that? I don't know, a small boy from nowhere. Because Jito is not a politician. Jito is just appointed. Jito is not a politician. Jito can't go out there and campaign. He can't even go out there and campaign. He can't. You know. So, but those are some of the things that okay, anyway, I don't know what is going on. Anyway, but given basically I'm saying that, but given his attitude, you know, to the way he's dealing with people, character, whatever, given Lubinda, always wanting to punish people, that is not a quality of a good leader. It is not all the time that you have to take the road and beat a child. You know, in your house, all the time, you have to take a cane, whip. I mean, what kind of parent are you? But given Lubinda believes in that, if there is a politician who has been in court fighting others more than the politicians, it's Given Lubinda. Given Lubinda has taken almost everyone in court. Everyone in court nangwine wine bali nkwekweshe ba given bali nkwekweshe ukuba papata ba given mo ba given kwisa ba given mo ba given mo, but ba given. That is not the attitude of a leader. That is not the attitude of a leader. You cannot be punishing everyone, and at the end of the day, you want to gather people around you. You can't do that. You can't do that. There are some things that you need to sit with people and engage. Even in Chris Zuma and Zimba, they were together in Tonze. Oh, you're Chris Zuma and Zimba, now police. Given. What kind of leadership is this? Where everything, you must, when he respects the law. Yes, we all respect the law. But people are bound to error. Yes, respect the law. Yes, be a disciplinarian. But it's not all the time that you are going to be punishing people. It is not the way to go. But given the number mweka, and now you have started recruiting people because he has been emphasizing to say, no, I'm the president of Tonse, I'm the president of Tonse. And yet, he almost remained alone. These people that given Ruvinda surrounded himself, those are not leaders. Who is Mukandira? Those are infants. Come on. What about your peers who are given Ruvinda? How are you feeling? You don't have your peers. Vajin Kapata wouldn't say much about Vajin Kapata. Na aliwa chindika Vajin Kapata. I will spare her. I will not say much. I do understand. But given Ruvinda, he's messing up. And basically, this is the genesis of the weakness of the opposition. This is the genesis. This is the borer in the opposition because PF was the strongest, or is still the strongest, really. By brand, PF is the strongest. And yet we have leaders like Given Ruvinda, who instead of gathering, is just, throwing away. How can you do that? How can Given Ruvinda think that he is a better leader than Kampyongo? How can Given Ruvinda think that he's a better leader than Mtoto Kafuaya? How can Given Ruvinda think that he's a better leader than Brian Mundubile? How can he reach a level of treating these senior members of the party like children? How can it go to that extent? And him is trying to claim, he's trying to look like, he is all holier than thou. But come on, this man was also fired by Sata. Given Ruvinda was fired by Sata. Remember, Sata was not firing anyhow. But Sata fired Given Ruvinda. He fired him. He is not innocent. Given Ruvinda is not innocent. He is not innocent. That for sure is not innocent. And just that, we have signed a truce with some of these people. So when you sign a truce with some of these people, you don't bring out their debt, you leave it there. But Given Ruvinda cannot claim to be innocent. He can't claim to be innocent. But now look how he's treating others. So how is he gathering the opposition? PF is supposed to be the strongest party. But where is it today? It has ended up in the pocket of Chavinga. Chavinga is the one. Chavinga has PF in his pockets and is moving around with it. Even at a point of selling it. Because I know, but Chavinga is moving around with PF in his pocket and is willing to sell it. Chavinga has PF in his pocket and is willing to sell it. Vayu PND, be careful. Be careful. Mulolekeshe po buno sana Chavinga, mumuikatishe. Mukada wafe mkonfava uko PF. He went to South Africa where, it was suggested that he wanted to give Mudoro. On what conditions? On what basis did Chavinga go to South Africa and had a meeting with Mudoro and offered Mudoro to take over the party? On what basis? Mwalieshwama politics. Ma politics. We don't do things that charity. On what basis? On what basis did Chavinga attend a meeting in South Africa and with Mudoro? On what basis? Ningu for tumariash, don't for tumariash, shopona shukida, and don't for tumariash, tuleisa. You see? So this is one of the biggest problems, because PF was the strongest opposition. And this is why you even saw that wherever they took a purpose vehicle, when they took NCP became a big party. They even won a seat. They even won a seat. Without PF, they wouldn't have won a seat. But because of PF, they won a seat. FDD, we are talking about Chawama. They won a seat. Because of PF. You see? Now, but given Luwinda, he has that, and he is doing the way he's behaving. He's destroying PF. The chances of the opposition, to some of you who are thinking to say, no, whatever, that is one of the biggest problems. We have people like Given Luwinda. We have people like Mao Sampa. And we have these young chaps who think that, they can replace people like Kampiongo. You can't replace those kind of people. And those are the fiber of the PF. Those are the pillars of PF. Not these young chaps that you are bringing. They are nothing. They are nothing. But for given for you want to be, you want to remain above. You want to be surrounded by these young stars, so that you become the big guys. You are destroying yourself. You are going nowhere, Given. You are going nowhere. You are simply going nowhere. Then now, so, yes, talking about Chawama in that respect. Then now, I talk about Chawama. I've told you several times that I was not happy with the UPND losing Chawama. I was not happy with UPND losing Chawama. Because Chawama by-election was at the instigation of the UPND, including myself, because we called for that by-election. So by the time we are calling for that by-election, we should have been ready in every way to make sure that whoever was going to contest on that seat should win the election. We should have done that. We should have prepared ourselves. We should have been ready for us to take over Chawama. And I'm saying us because I was part of those people that called for that by-election. And we pushed for it until it was declared. So we called for that by-election. We got into that by-election. We lost. We lost that by-election, including me. You saw me, I was very determined, and we lost. And it really pained me. But one thing that what Chawama tells us, it is not so much to say that UPND did not go there and campaign. UPND was out there. Resources were poured in there. Of course, some of the resources went into the pockets of the people. But, so, Chawama showed something. There are lessons that we're supposed to learn from Chawama. The first thing is that, money went into Chawama, but that money ended up in the pockets of the people. Now, what usually happened, politics, people don't take the money into the campaigns. They don't. So a lot of people, they looked at that by-election, people People got money. I know a number of people got money, but that money did not reach the constituency. It didn't reach the constituency. So people were not happy. And then, who are these people? Most of the people that went into Chawama, they were not from Chawama. Ama structures, they are the ones that went into Chawama. They are the ones that they ate the money of Chawama. So really, it was a little bit difficult. As much as you want to say, no, abantu balitsa don't kubeba. It's true. Kadon kubeba mukari. But over and above, mostly I would say, people in Chawama did not eat the money that was released to go into Chawama. It didn't. Apart from that, there was an issue of messaging. I want to Chawama. They won't say, I want to understand how come Edgar Lungu has not been buried. They won't say. Some people believe that this is because of government. Some people believe that this is because of government. They believe that this is because of government. And that was supposed to be explained to people so that people can understand, people can see who is the Malukula, who is holding on Kuchitumbi. People were supposed to be told on that. People were not told. Then the candidate that was also chosen, the candidate was loud, the candidate was just all over. I mean, when he was talking, when he was praying, it was just something else. So that also contributed. At the other important point, ukuina ama elections everywhere, including in America. Ama elections, they kupenda chama voti, ama vota, you want to vote. No. You need to protect the vote. You need to make sure that that verification is done by your people. And the people in Chawama, they were alert. I'm not talking as a praise singer. I am talking, even you PND, I want you to listen with an open mind. This is not an attack on you. This is not to decampaign you. I'm speaking with an open mind. So, Kuchawama, number one, like I'm saying, the structures by UPND, at the moment, no matter what you say, there is a general outcry that the structures, the grassroots, has been neglected. There are people that are eating pamuru, but the structures, the grassroots are complaining. The grassroots are complaining. In many areas, they are complaining. Everywhere, including the southern province, where you have the stronghold. I am grateful that I have a number of people that I talk to. Actually, I want to acknowledge some of the traditional leaders in southern province. I want to recognize them. I want to say thank you very much. You send me messages. There is one traditional leader who is always greeting me. I'm grateful. They have got so many mothers and fathers in southern province, and I'm very grateful. And some of the issues, they appreciate what Hakainde Hichilema is doing on top there. They appreciate the policies. They see. But somehow, there are those that people who feel, my politics, everyone who participates in politics, they're expecting something. They expect a little recognition, somehow. And some of these people, they feel, they have not been recognized. They have not been appreciated. Some of these people, they believe that they have not been appreciated. And this, whether you like it or not, played a part in Chawama. It played a part in Chawama. The structures of Chawama itself, some people were not okay, were not happy. And worse off, the people that went in there to campaign, many of them came from other places. So it was not very good for them. It didn't work out good. I mean, how do these people come and campaign and whatever? But Tayali, bamene wakuja ndalama zamene zibuera, siba muno yayi, bachokera uku, bandani babwelesa na bantu, abanao babwelesa bantu. Leaders were going into Chawama with the people that were not part of Chawama. And this came out very strongly. Now, if I can go fast forward, this situation happened when I'm saying that Chawama, we were supposed to win Chawama. And by the fact that we didn't win Chawama, it is showing, it is a sign of how difficult it is going to be for some constituencies to win. This is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons. You, Ama MPs, this is one of the challenges that you are going to have. I have had people who have been complaining, even in the Copper Belt. I would mention a number of MPs. Some of them, those who I talked to, I've reached out to them, I've told them, Iwe, Umuntu Wasona so called me and told me this. Some of them, those who I'm able to talk to, but I don't. But there have been people who have been complaining in these constituencies to say, I supported this guy, but this guy, whatever. So the structures of UPND, a number of people are complaining. And you have to remember that the structures of the UPND are not looked after by the president. It is not the president to go down there and start talking to the section chairman and whatever. No, it is the people that are elected, the MPs, the councillors and whatever. These are the people that get in touch with the grassroots. So those of you who were busy arguing with me, no, Tayali, UPND is intact. I'm telling you, this is one of the problems that you have with the structures, the grassroots. Some of you MPs, even some of you who are ministers, very powerful ministers, you are coming out, during the by-elections, you are busy campaigning and whatever. But some of these very powerful ministers that you are seeing will crumble. Some of them will crumble because I know UPND will be sponsoring these to say, no, he's a senior member of the party and whatever, but they will crumble. And by UPND, for tonight, what I'm telling you is that as 2026 is coming, when you are going to be adopting these MPs, remember Chawama. Remember Chawama. Remember that you picked somebody and people rejected him. You have to know that it is possible that even if somebody is standing on UPND, they can reject him. That is a lesson that I'm trying to draw from Chawama. And I'm saying, if the people of Chawama, in spite of UPND and all the things that they are doing, the people said, no, we are just not going to vote for this one. If they did it in Chawama, don't talk about, no, Chawama is PF. No, Chawama is not PF. Chawama is not PF. No, Chawama is the bedroom of PF. Do you know the bedroom of PF? The bedroom of PF is not Chawama. If the bedroom of PF is not Chawama, go and look at the results that come out of Chawama. You can't say Chawama is the bedroom of PF. No. Chawama is always a tough contested constituency. A very tough constituency. To win in Chawama, you must be strong. And UPND has had votes there. Go and see in the last elections, Tasila had about 35 something. The one who stood, what is his name? The guy that has been appointed. He had over 20 something thousand votes. So that is not a bedroom of a party. No, a bedroom of a party is when you talk about Southern Province, for example. You talk about a constituency like Choma. That is what you can say. Whereby the first candidate is Uko, not the next candidate so close. And you say, no, it's a bedroom of PF. No, because Edgar Lungu comes from there. It was not about that. If there is anything that Edgar Lungu had, it was the fact that people were complaining to say, why we have not buried, and now they have brought a by-election. That was the only thing. But really, it's not so much to say, Edgar Lungu, what did Edgar Lungu do there? What did Tasila do in Chawama? So that wasn't a factor. But the point I'm trying to tell you is that what happened in Chawama, be very sure that it will happen in many constituencies. And this is why I've been emphasizing that when you're talking about AMA MPs, don't just look at MPs to say, yo, because this one is an incumbent. This one is an incumbent. For example, Munali. Don't play with Munali. Munali, don't play with Munali. I saw Banani at Banani Vamposha. Vamposha to say, no, Thomas Sipalo is a comedian and he wants to do comedy over my whatever. He's not a serious person. He doesn't even have a property. He doesn't even have a toilet. He may have built churches and whatever. I looked at him, Mposha. Mposha, are you serious? Can you dismiss Sipalo? How many votes did you get in Munali? How many votes did Sipalo get? And on which part? You were standing, Mposha, you were standing on UPND. When people had turned against PF, they had gone to UPND. It was like anything UPND, they will go for it. That is how 2021 was. That is why Hakainde Hichilema had over 1 million votes. Because people had revolted against the PF. And they just wanted anything other than PF. And that anything was UPND. But look at how many votes, tell me, how many votes Sipalo got in Munali. And he stood as an independent. He didn't stand on PF. He didn't stand on UPND. He didn't stand on any of these parties. He stood as an independent. How many votes did he get? By UPND, take a closer look. Look at these things. Look at these things. How many votes did Mposha get? How many votes did Sipalo get? For this guy to come today and say, you know, he's not a serious guy. He's just a comedian. He doesn't even have a property. Vamposha. You know, you are standing on the ground, but Panshu Mushi Navemba. The least that you can do is not to speak with contempt on Thomas Sipalo. Is to speak about Thomas Sipalo with some respect. Is to speak about Thomas Sipalo with some respect. Because at least that can win you some credit. Some of you think that when you speak about some of these people like, he's useless. Be very careful with Sipalo. I've just given that one, I've just pointed at that because, that one. But I can talk about other constituencies as well. Other constituencies I can talk about. But if I talk about some of these people, if I talk about some of these things, these very people, I want peace with Hakainde Hichilema. But some of these people, those are the people that Hakainde Hichilema is seeing to say, Ababantu. So, Mwikalapatara, Ndemireka. But I'm telling you, some of you, Mukalukutanga Masuku. The same way they rejected that candidate. And it was a by-election where all the resources, a lot of resources went there, and yet they rejected the constituency. They rejected a candidate. I am telling you, it's going to repeat itself in a number of constituencies across the country. Don't even take it to say, no, it is Southern Province, it is Southern Province. I'm telling you, people will turn out to vote. Even in Southern Province, they will vote for Hakainde Hichilema, but they will not vote for a candidate. Even in Southern Province, if there will be people that will contest as independent, they are going to carry the day. Believe me, we are going to have, if there will be strong people who stay in those areas, if they are going to stand as independent, you are going to see that some of these people that you call giants, they are going to flank. It's a big challenge that Hakainde Hichilema has. And I don't want to pretend here to say, no. This is the truth. And the Chawama is giving you that sign. Now, let me turn around to Kasama. Kasama, let's face it, those are the bedrooms of PF. When you're talking about a bedroom of PF, Kasama is a bedroom of PF. Kasama is a bedroom of PF. That's for sure. Kulia eku bedroom kwa PF. Because even, first of all, there has been this regionalism which we cannot run away. There have been this regionalism. People have campaigned UPND to say UPND yakubatonga batonga. Okay? And the PF yakumyesu. This narrative, we cannot run away from it. It is there. It is there. And apart from that, anyone like Siwongile is being seen as a traitor who has left PF, party ya kumiago, ayakudiba UPND. In what I'm trying to tell you is that Kasama really is really PF. Is really PF. And but PF needed to win that one. They needed to win that one. But they lost it. Now, this is the issue. For some of you who are saying, no, by opposition, they are okay. By opposition, no, yeah, if into tukawina, hakainde ichile malaya. Hakainde ichile malaya. Imwe, hakainde ichile malaya. Mwafiro kuina kukasama. Mwafiro kuina kukasama. You fail to win in Kasama. Where are you going to win? 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 Where are you going to get the votes? At the presidential level. Where? Where? I said, you know, Shefo Kulanda Pali Kasama because Nala Chena Bantu. I know. Brown is my friend. Frankly speaking, he's my friend. And even when I'm talking, the truth be told, Ndashin tukira wa iwela mataba toke fiteti ndande munandi whatever, you know. And supporter waka in the Chilema, don't confuse me. Don't be confused. Don't confuse yourselves. I'm supporting Haka in the Chilema. But you know when I'm talking about brand, kulande kwa tuwa mshamo. And if unale iwele ramu ukulanda pali Kasama. Now, kulia ni kumie nukulia. Ukulia ni kumie nupa PF. Even wakambwidi narrative valela ndefo valela ndavali misula. Haka inde ichile mali itaishile mkwisa. Whatever. I mean, that is the language. And the truth be told, I mean, a lot of people, you know, simple people, they buy into these things. But you lost. You lost Kasama. You lost Kasama. And you think you can win the entire country. Eh? When are you going to win? When? If you are losing, we have got only about 300 Chakuti days before the elections. Sama elections, Kukasama. And you think you are going to win. Where are you going to win? Where are you going to win? Where are you going to win? Kasama has got only two constituencies with about 130 Chakuti polling stations. I want to ask you, Ama elections, Yonsi, all the elections, to win an election, to win an election is about protecting the votes. It's about protecting the votes. Wherever, ukuri consider kwa America. Even na kwa America, take campaign for what? No, you have campaigned, you have campaigned. Uwile wama elections. The center of elections, winning an election, Mundwandi. It is not about the crowds that you are pulling. It's not about how much money you have put in. It's about getting those numbers to your side. How you get those numbers, that is another story. Getting those numbers. It's about numbers. It's about numbers. Whether those numbers are fabricated or whatever. Muma politics. The pastorator is talking about free and fair elections. And they are talking about transparency from the time of registering voters, transparency in the time of campaigning, transparency in voting, transparency in counting. Those are bishops talking. Those are bishops talking. And it's good, yes, we need to listen to them. But when you talk about practical politics, Muntwandi, no, politics is another game. It's another game, Muntwandi. It's not about to say, no, I'm having rallies, shan. No, people love me. People love me. I hear a lot of people these days, a lot of people have been calling me, no, support me, I'm contesting in this election, how are you doing? No, people like me. No, people are with me. People are with me. You ask 2-3 questions, you can tell that this one has failed. Just 2-3 questions, you ask them, you see that this one has failed. Most of the times I ask them to say, what is the number of electorates in your constituency? A person who is serious, a person who has done his homework, he will tell you the number of people who are voting in his constituency. If you are a serious contender and you don't know how many people are in your constituency, you don't know. You have already lost. You have already lost. Because a serious contender, you should know how many people are in the constituency where you are. And you should be able to know how many votes you need for you to win. You should be able to know. The moment you don't know the electorate, the number in that constituency, the moment you don't know, you are already miles away. Miles away. The next thing, you need to know how many polling stations are in your constituency. You need to know. How many? Where are they? You need to know them. You need to know the polling stations. Go visit the polling stations. If you are a candidate, I'm a polling stations in Gaya 100 in constituency. Make sure you go in all the polling stations. Why I mean monokimina. Oh, so for one, opakala vote la pano. Walolesha, ushepali fiani, ushepali shani, ushepali. You must do that. You are political infants. You are political novices. You just talk away, abantu. You can have a crowd, but in the eyes, mulamona, vanani kaneo, vamdala va Fred Membe. Va Fred Membe, vale ngishamu, nendeke vale chita. Ukukasa, mavali tsana chate ndeke, vaya, va Fred Membe. Vale ngishamu akanya mpuku. Socialists put in money there. What did they get? And va Fred Membe, tell over Tambama politics. My friend Membe, he's a household name. But look, how many votes he gets. How many votes he get? At least, let me give credit to Kalava. At least, utuma numbers, not to Kulako. But of course, not to Kulako. Unless in the 3 pin. That's good. But that doesn't mean that he's anywhere close to becoming a president. He's not anywhere close. He's far away. Very far. Very far. You can get to my numbers, but it's very far. So the point I'm trying to tell you, sorry, I am kind of demoralizing you. But I want you to be realistic. If you are failing to win Kasama, you fail to win Kasama, how will Mundubile win at a national level? Mundubile ko bali kuti. Mundubile ko bali kuti. Va George Chisanga. That is Lukasha. You are a member of parliament. Va George Chisanga, you are a member of parliament. But Va George Chisanga, this is your second loss. Remember, you lost a by-election, a councillor. You lost in your constituency. You lost in your constituency. I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you the truth. So, how are you gauging yourself? Mukaya imini na kokulia va George Sanga baka mivotela. Because you were the campaign managers of that candidate. You were the campaign managers. How did you fail to convince people? I know. No, they stole the elections. They stole the elections. Again, I'll ask you, if you fail to protect votes in 2 constituencies, Kasama has only 2 constituencies. If you fail to protect votes in 2 constituencies, how do you expect to protect votes countrywide? How many polling stations are in Kasama? How many? How many polling stations? 130 Chakuti? I'm sure less than 140. Do you know how many polling stations we are going to have throughout the country? Do you know? Do you know? From my last update, from my last data, we had about 12,000 Chakuti polling stations. We had over 12,000. The number has grown. With delimitation and whatever, we might find ourselves with about 15,000 polling stations. 15,000 polling stations. Now, if you are complaining to say they rigged, and for them to rig, it means you didn't have your electoral agency in all the polling stations. And I've gotten information on that to that effect, that you didn't have polling agency in all the polling stations. You didn't have. And the excuse that you are making to say, no, Kumo, choppers had to go there and whatever. The fact is that you didn't have polling agency in a number of polling stations. So if you didn't have polling agency in a number of polling stations, over on just about 140 polling stations, 100 and let's say, for argument's sake, let's say 140. You failed to put in polling agents. Now, we are going to talk about a country where we are going to have not 1,000. Not 1,000. This is 150. Manage. You failed to manage 140. They are not even 140, but anyway, let's take that as a figure to work with. You fail to manage 140. You fail. Now, Ngayadi 1,000. Can you manage? If there are 1,000, can you manage? You fail 140. You fail to manage. Now, if there were 1,000, can you manage it? And it is not 1,000. It is 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Mlesa mkuka 15,000. Kuti mwaigida. Kuti mwaigida. Can you get it? Can you get it? Can you? Mwila ivepa. Ina miye fishinka pano. I tell you the truth. I give you the reality. Joel is telling me, Joel Yombo is telling me, polling sessions now, what somebody saying 109, another one is saying 218. I doubt 218. But nonetheless, whatever those numbers, you could even say 500. Nationwide. He must be able to protect his votes in at least not less than 13,000. If the polling stations they are 15,000, he should be able to protect confidently 13,000. 13,000, and that 13,000, it is not just to say, kudia wantu mandi. Starting with polling agents, whatever anybody. When elections in Chitika, you must have people physically, not people who are outside. They must be inside in the polling station there. They must be inside. N'abekala balerolela abantu kole vote balerolela. Now, on average, you must have 3 people. 3 people at a polling station. On average, you must have 3 people at a polling station manning your votes. On just minimum. This is minimum. A good number you should be talking about, so 10 people. 10 people. If you saw Chawama, one of the things that made Chawama possible for those people, it is that abantu Tayali Chawama, you know, and it is because of Chawama no, you know, and whatever. So people were all over, you know, we are all over. It was difficult there. It was difficult. Mwayatera pesenjuka kulia. Mwayatera pesenjuka. Lakini inkama alikuchawama. Ya kwamba people didn't sleep. Even as a political technician, electoral technician, I've played roles in these elections. I played a role in 2015 elections. I played a role in 2026 elections. I did. Even in 2021, I played the role. I am a political technician when it comes to looking after votes. Kutina kuvikira wino veso kwa wino. Tualianshike wino mu 2015. Tualianshike. Tatwa imwe. Mwireka tuzaba ile. I know about politics. Chipenzi. Umuntu mjao ntina. Ni chipenzi. Chipenzi alishiwa politics. Chipenzi alishiwa kupenda ma votes. Chipenzi alishiwa kupenda ma votes ndevye. Alifikulile nsakwe. If there are people in countries, in a country who alishiwa tawa. Abantu aba kuma nanikani. Basata alishiwe, Sata knew how to manage my votes. He knew. Voter tabulation, parallel voter tabulation, ni wasata ba ile kwa twishwe voter parallel voter tabulation ni wasata. Vake BF le lolanda sata linchetekere what. Bali fidiwe nya kuli voter tabulation ba mdala ba. Anyway, you need to protect. It's not just a matter of what. So the point is, I'm trying to tell you, I've given you Chawama, and I mean, tonight I've just told you the way it is. One of the issues was, you know, the resources did not reach the ground. People went there from other places. The structures were not organized. The messaging was bad. Now, this happened in Chawama in a by-election. And I'm giving you to say, now think about 156. Nombanga wachitana nantuan kaneyeka ba 211. Think about the constitutions 211. People wina nikane kabusweka la chita campaign huko. Naona kwata he has got his own issues. Chipoka Mulenga has got his own issues. Elonga Chipoka Mulenga na muchito uvi. Chipoka Mulenga. How Chipoka Mulenga ndekumfira no luse. Because kuliyama issues bad kind. Kuliyama issues. Ukose munyinane, ukose munyinane kulia. Because kula kuntu kulia na wakuletera ma issues. Kopa beoti kulituma issues. And some of these things, if you ever got in Sri Lanka, they weramo. Because really quite what to my issues kuli. Some of these things are no. I think whatever. Nalolesha, naibuera mofia, kitindande. But kopa beoti na ikwatako to my issues. Lusaka na ikwatako to my issues. Even kusauthern kuna kuliko to my issues. So, but anyway, all these places, so now people will be campaigning on their own. Some of these MPs, now, you know, it is one thing when they were in opposition. Listen to me very carefully here. It is one thing when UPND was in opposition. Being in opposition, for those who were elected, it was working to their advantage because they could not be held responsible for the underdevelopment. They could not be held responsible. Why? Because they were in opposition. But now that they are in the ruling party, People, what excuse are they going to have? Kulina CDF, what excuse are they going to have? Eh? So some of these MPs are going to have it very difficult. Very, very difficult. Just like what happened in Chawama. Because they will be on their own. They will be on their own. Government machinery will not be so much at their disposal. In a by-election, government machinery is at your disposal. Mungu fiction. In a by-election, government machinery is at your disposal. But when it is in a by-election, in a general election, government machinery is not so much available for you. Government machinery is more concentrated on the presidency. Is more concentrated on the presidency. Mweba ashara mai mwene. So mukose vane mukose. Mukose. Not to let dismiss abantu ati awe ulia. He's just a comedian. Mukaisanga muli mwamone. Then mwa likuwa opposition. Mwa leva. Yawe. Haka inde ichile malea. Haka inde ichile malea. Ni mieva. Kuntwa nikane kukasama. Where you went and spoke like a Bemba and told people whatever you told them. And at the end of the day, you lost. Whatever excuse that you want to put up, you should have been the one to be carrying those advantages. How can you win the presidential? Yo tatoa kwete ndalama, yo, shani, eba Mundubile, yo, ndalama takudi, whatever. Ngatamuko itolu pia. Mukaiwina shani into anikane 2026. Mukaiwina shani. Era mobile mwa liko opposition. Some of you MPs aba liko opposition. You should be thinking of which party are you going to contest. Given Lubindo kuna pena. Mune wamshenshi. Given Lubindo na pena. He's busy. Ale pasaba until instead of putting people together. Instead of putting people together. Mwabale ana wa Mundubile oko. Leronde ufo wachifumbanda chiyo. Who told you that I've given FDD to Brian Mundubile? If that statement is true, that is quite unfortunate. If today we are hearing of Wachifumbanda coming out to say, who told you that I've given Brian Mundubile my part? If that is true, that is serious. That is serious. Ama MPs, wako opposition, wake minina pesa. Mwema opposition, mwema le tukaka inde ichile machini, mke minina pesa. Where are you going to contest? Which political parties are you going to contest? So, Vane, I know you would not like me. Hey, Tayali, shan. Mumbele rekolu say, I've just spoken my mind. I'm opening phone lines, mkwa. Kutimu alanda kona imu watu mafoni. Na imu mulande, kumutume kwa mafoni. Mwarikeshi bakalaka namba kati. Mwarikeshi waka namba kati. Kutimu watuma ko phone na imu. Mwaranda ko, efo mulefo okulanda. Mwarikeshi bakalaka namba kati. Kalaka namba tubonsha kati. Kutimu watuma ko, mulande ko efo mulefo okulanda na imu. You can start calling in now. Let me get this. Hello? Yes, please.
Hello?
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 Yes, please. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Tayali.
Bueno.
Upon then, and what about that? Figure Moranda, what I think Mr. What Mr. Even is doing is bad.
Bad.
I'm a politics here.
Yep, Tuka, unfortunately. For some reason. No, but given Lubinda Valley Pasa. But given Lubinda, instead of putting together a party, he's just destroying it. You know? He's just destroying it. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Honorable.
Yes, how are you?
Good. Thank you. Well done. I just want to commend you. Well done. I like how you articulated things and how that these politics must be done. I like.
Oh, Lord. No, Naikosa, it's not going to be as simple. That's for sure. It's not going to be very simple. Hakainde Hichilema is clearly winning. No doubt. Hakainde Hichilema is winning with a landslide. But Awambyuku. Hello?
Yes. Good evening,
Good evening.
Senator Mangoli from Punch.
Yes.
One woman,
I am quite.
Well spoken, my brother. I think I'm a politics. They have an promotion land. They have an opposition, but it's monoquanguka. Secondly, looking back some of the MPs, they are also it's monoquanguka. But it's kachitika. I'm an independent candidate. Baka fulasana mparamita. Our private by me affair. I am MP voting, but some of the MPs now by Timwasana, now by Timwa Yakovati, the Fana grassroots. Now Balavako, 23 years by more position, now Balavana Simba, Pamunge of Sinamela and the Copa Bill, Naikatama issues Sana Engi. Kingoloko and other places and now what am I issue? So therefore I think about opposition she never monasano carry for Bakaya and my election that still PF she went for a penny instead of what even but the United Party Javashi. But they won't send a Vena, Chavinga and the other thing. Because the opposition here the Monica Party Ikalama PF. Now Muriama structures Katinga Nibanga Jimama function given Rubinda, Mundubile and the other same part. So that is over there. So in them Kulanda Mukusia Kulanda Padino Mesha Sana opposition Bakwake Apo Wengemi was some of MPs. What Apo Kesa Tapon case. What is the complaint? Because Tabako is party as that now. But Chumubanda Navakana wona Chimonare, Navakana. So that is over there. How you Manukulana Ena, Nana Narisa Moranga fishing, Dangarita with stroke and fishing. So that is over to Alano. I thank you for a popular and of
Thank you. Hello? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Precious.
Yes, hi.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I want to contribute on where you said that the opposition, they keep on talking even when they don't have Pamela as a leader. Who told you that there is no opposition? Opposition is there. You can't see that we have Makebi Zulu who is going to contest the party in Congress party. The opposition is there. So Abraham Mundubile, if we don't have where to contest, that is not our problem. Because like for him, he has already pulled out from PF. So those that are given Winda, he keeps on discovering that they are not good people. He has no right to do whatever he wants because he's the one who is the president for PF right now. And he's the one who was given powers to be the acting president. So all of those who respect Varungu, they're supposed to respect Given. So if they disrespect him, do you expect Given to start tolerating such nonsense? They need to respect Given. Right now we are fighting against corruption, and also we want to bring back our democracy. Right now people, they don't have democracy. So you can't even pretend like maybe things are okay right now. No. So those who are doing what is right, they are not supposed to be insulted or to start judging them. No.
Thank you, Precious.
So the truth is, the opposition is there, and nothing can change that.
Thank you, Precious.
So just watch and see.
Thank you. We watch indeed. We watch. We watch. Precious says, watch and see. Indeed, we watch and see. Hello? Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
President ali ili ashikuno ku Zambia takali lyapo bakalinda ekirima ba president nabene bali kibati bali rusapa. That's why nabatangishe ningalati kuno ndo mwaita background abantu balanda ba opposition bakasikalefi omuntu nga umu then yo muntu ine advance onko tekuli the mushani view right now because tiwamuka ba PF bali campaign na chintu kile ba campaign na kintu ko babombakati apakubati tondeko wabomba so at my zero ba opposition to the muntu so that leta muika but I hate na bene bali but that's why bako sere ningala toti okukozulia mwenge bali kata TF bali kwa block expert bali swati just bali ya otherwise opposition next time the president ataka muika baka muika ndio kwa sara zina one time. There's no need to campaign, but there's no need to campaign. Yes, for the ready campaign, they need to go on school. Don't talk of your mission to go.
No, thank you, Mwana. Thank you. Hello? 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 Yes, yes. Hello? Please move away from that radio, from that phone. I don't know.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mudishani wa Tayali.
Wino femkwa.
Femkwa. Nevo Brian Makarita. Let me know living store. So, nataka kulanda po wala shida ine likweli. So, issue hili hapa abale anda twaka inde bako na besa no kuchiwati na bapona no na eneyo baputo kwa mano eti alikuka sana opposition wakule bakosa no ko bapote kwa mano sana ozi abantu bonse bali shireka ikikule bakambungu na banani aba lakini balelanda pala bali pala balelanda ipejja kupera abantu ko bakatita nangoko bashire ko bakesa kita akili bashire yakuli bena kulalanda ke yakula mwina mofe utezo muni ko bashita bale ko kunja ichikunji kiracho galungu wao kutawa mali ya plani ya kindi kuja kukata mafuti kuba bompya abakasha abashiku bali afuta ndi abomba tati abombe ngabali mona bino abashoka mulenga bakoka buswe na ba youth and sports minister information bali pera abantu so bena kasama bali tendera abantu bali so bali senda information yawe kuya ne filipo and information bali bakira kumona filipo ko babombera bali bano no abale mona iko produce ibajabe ngina abashimona na babomba nini otulana yana mu 2026 barapita ese tarapita so kikonka nyeso no.
Thank you. Natotera. Hello?
Hello, Chilufya. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I'm calling from Denga Township here in Dola.
Yes, please.
those who are saying that the President Hakainde Hichilema is going should prepare themselves psychologically, mentally, and spiritually, because President Hakainde Hichilema is headed for a landslide victory. Those should learn that. On PF, given Rwanda has messed up PF, just like you had said, instead of bringing the people together, he is busy chasing them. Believe you me, just like you had prophesied, PF is not going to stand, or they are not going to field any presidential candidate. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Chilufya. Okay, I've been following the discussion. My take on opposition is very unfortunate for opposition to be apart like that. Then one thing, my opinion is, please get me right, this is my opinion. If we see Mr. Mundubile and the team start supporting the ruling party, that won't surprise me. Because Mr. Mundubile, him we know that there's this face of given Luvinda. Then in our CK, these faces, they are well known across the country. Mr. Mundubile, even today, Mundubile when the Paka few were just walking. Or even Mazabuga, no one will know Mr. Mundubile. He's known on Facebook, yes. But you know the reality in the ground is that this Facebook, not everyone is following what's happening on Facebook. Yes, sometimes we participate on things that we don't know, that we don't fully understand. So, it could have made sense, but at the end of the day, it's politics. Like what you usually say, that politics they have. Yeah, but the ruling party, they have prayed their role. They know that the ground is not that fertile for them. What we do? Divide and lose.
But you know, my brother, like you have said that yes, that is your opinion. You know, I'm not seeing government meddling with the opposition. I am not seeing it. It is just their selfishness. Maybe help me see where you see government meddling, because for me, look at the division that's happening. Look at Given Luvinda expelling his friends. You know, I mean, where is government coming in?
But you know, the reality on the ground is that no matter how they can cooperate, like from today, if they happen to come together, it's impossible to win presidential.
Yes, of course.
Very much impossible.
Exactly. That is, I agree with you.
So if they are fighting now, what are they fighting for? They can't win presidential.
No, they can't. They can't. This is a fact.
That's a reality. Me, to be honest with you, I don't support you, PNG, but it's very clear. Presidential, they can't win.
It's done. That one is done.
Yes, the presidential, they can't win. But let's bear in mind that there's an amendment of constitution, meaning there will be a lot of members of parliament.
Yeah.
So the opposition is high time to have more members in parliament, so that certain things that they may be, willing to change in future, it will be impossible because of numbers.
Yeah.
But if they won't come together, then it happens that the ruling party have more numbers in chamber and in parliament. It will be very impossible to oppose certain things.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother.
That's a danger.
Thank you. Hello? 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 I can't hear you for some reason. For some reason, I can't hear that. Hello?
Hello, Zambia.
Yes, yes.
Natindande ko pari didi ne dia shira na kawili. Last time na randile ko last week.
Okay.
So na chira mi konka pa na mfwako Elias. Okay, today I'm happy. Kyoza se mwananda kudike for English, but we are not with any side. We said the way politics are supposed to be. And the current situation that are happening right now. So natafundande kupari ko ya mapo hapa imalanda the government has no hand in PF in dividing PF. But how do you look at the issue of Chavinga, who is saying that the PF is in alliance with the ruling party? If the government has no hand, what does that mean?
So,
the other thing I wanted to talk about.
But okay, let's talk about Chavinga first of all. How does Chavinga come in the picture? Chavinga comes in the picture after Mao Sampa differed with Given Rwinda. Mao Sampa staged a fake convention and appoints Chavinga. You see? Now, all these things, they are within themselves, the PF. Okay? So, Chavinga really is not that it is the UPND that installed Chavinga on PF. It is Mao Sampa who installed Chavinga. You see? It is Mao Sampa who made Chavinga to be leader of opposition. You know, right now, Chavinga drives a GRZ vehicle, by the way. GRZ vehicle. Because of Mao's. So where does government come in? You know, and of course, all government has done is when you see when you see your enemies are fighting themselves, you just encourage them to fight. You leave them to fight. That's what government has done. Government has just sat down. If you see Akainde Hichilema when he's meeting, when he sees Chavinga, do you see that most of the times there is a loud laughter? You know, he just enjoys seeing them fight. Akainde Hichilema is just seeing them fighting.
Ndalo netondero mbakutarasa kutamwakati nko. Teti mwombe vina wa opposition so that twakwako fyo muntu araba ku opposition. Sile nkarika sana kufanya country kwa opposition. Mami tatuko to opposition.
My brother, I'll tell you this. My brother, I'll be very honest with you. Lelo, I'm inspired by the pastorate Ama bishops. Trust me, I would be very happy to be in opposition. Very happy. You know, because you know, we need the opposition. We don't just need a ruling party. We need an effective opposition. When there is an effective opposition, if into Finland we know, you put government on their toes. And frankly speaking, I know I can put UPND on their toes. I know. I know I can put them on their toes. Now, the challenge is Muntuandi. The realities of politics. Because I'm a politics, it is tekulanda vefinendera and fiapa. I'm a politics extend into other things. I'm a politics extend even into my family. I'm a politics extends even to my children. I'm a politics extends even to my business. So you must be now ufina. Ufina na ufina. Ngata ufini ne. You know, again, so there are some people who actually feel like that. They feel, you know, they are comfortable. Wherever they are, they can insult, they can do whatever. Nichota wafina. Nichota wafina. Nga walifina like ine finondi. Na tampa ko pirikiti. Even the government here will feel it. Even the government here will feel it. And let me tell you, there is no government that is going to embarrass another government. If my government in Zambia would come and start talking to the government in this country, in no time muntu wandu vakesanje vatiwe anshika ansula akabutanda koveka vieko kumbi. I'm telling you. So these are realities. These are realities, muntu wandi. If I were just naimate krikiti, hey, pantu munafu, hey, awe, Tayali, you are useless. Hey, a mouse for hire. Mouse for hire, nga wambo kunkunkunika. Wambo kunkunkunika. Lero njena nda vifishinka. Wambo kulampepeka. Ukesa mpokono la iwe. Eh? Wambo kunkunkunika. Ukansapona air ticket. Air ticket, finga, wae watiwe, imaka vie. Eh? Ukansapona air ticket.
They are not thinking correctly, because if they were thinking correctly, this time is the time to unite and look for a better candidate. But anyone wants to be a leader. Now, like that, how are we going to beat the president?
Unfortunately, my brother, that is a reality. All I can tell you is that is a reality, that when we say the opposition is weak, because if the opposition is not weak, even some of the challenges that I'm talking about would not be there. Even some of the challenges, even some of my fears will not be there. But because we are weak, I mean, what we must admit, and when we admit, Achan,
have you tried to speak with him, like maybe that's what we call this one, we call this? Look, you are a known person and you have contacts with these people. You can talk to them, and I'm sure most of them, they listen to you.
So
you just talk with them.
I'm going to respond on both sides. A lot of people like to say, no, speak to Hakainde Hichilema. No, speak to Brani Mundubile. No, speak to Given Lubinda. No, speak to Kampiongo. These people that you say, speak to them, they listen to me. And if there is anything that they want to offer, they can reach me. It is easier to reach me. It is easy for me to speak to Hakainde Hichilema. It is easy for me to speak to Brani Mundubile. It is easy for me. Some of these people, it is not easy for me to reach them. But for them, they can reach me. So this issue, Mulanda Pwati, hey, speak to this one, speak to this one. Namuishima mulankari fyo mutima. I get upset. Chishupa fye, nganda mishauta noko mishauta. Because ngana tuka. If I say something about them, they come complaining. But when no, Tayali, you are looking for something. Why don't you speak to this one? Why don't you speak to this one? But they have got their own reasons. And since they have their own reasons, I take my position kuichindika. Ninjichindika hapa. Ndesa potafiba Hakainde Hichilema. Ngabatawandore shepo. If I feel I will continue. I will not stand up here. Hey, Hakainde Hichilema. I'm not going to do it. Mwikala patarara. Mwina patararika.
Mwina patararika. Unaomba mdadea tunachukua tafuna ndipumwa kwa mshiriki ni bantu chalo cha kwa takuwa kubeba kwa to ukuburi corruption ukuwaiva ukwizi tabako to kubeba monze bare wira tete pali no kula tafuna
ivevi na vale wira na nena like ro kuno kuine ndenwa china wanakia wandibai na vale wira pani vale tintana na ina like ala kuna na refugee wandi ngatabandele keshepo Hakainde Hichilema ngekala kuno kuine temurani nikaini never refugee. I want to be grateful, to the people that have at least given bali mpela kwa hapa kuikala to ikala kwa hapa but iparanji kele palia mfira na ichindika not ambo kula pikiso shani Hakainde Hichilema mdara wandi ndebe fishing kanero fishing cafe mwikala patarara mwina patararika ati muchibolyo mwali batata lelo mwali lakoni muchibolyo mwali batata lelo mwali lakoni ati naivukishana wachitefu valelanda alavane chalo mwamona tachitalanga musunga chibolyo mwali batata lilo mwali lakoni yali cover politics te abana politics te abana you are there no daddy do this whatever why don't you do this mdala politics it's not just about talking tawfila ulelandala ndafe there are a lot of other things that are connected to politics. Politics is the entire life. For you to succeed, Mundwandi, it's not just a matter of lelanda. There are other things that must be in place for you to really succeed in politics. It is not just Hello? 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 Yes. Hello? Hey, I'm quiet.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm quiet, yeah, it's time. Hello?
Yes. Hello? We can hear you. Please go ahead. Free Africa.
Hello?
I'm quiet. Oh. If Yashupa, it was his first time, and I was hoping that, I would hear what he has to say. Yarikawa, politics te avana vani, politics te avana. Not to Aisha Fina Kafumu now we could die. Yo, if when for a politician, Tayali, you are not a politician. Hey, you are just a political commentator. Hey, ukapange political party na iwe. Na iwe tampoku landaga ukandange. Ukabati ofu bakisema politics nifi. Ukandange. But Tayali, you are outside there. There you can be talking. When you see people talking, and they are not bothered. Muntwandi, if you are a political heavyweight, when you start talking, wherever you are talking. Hello?
Hello, yes, Mr. Tayali.
Yes, sir.
Good. I do follow you nicely.
Thank you.
I do follow you nicely. And today you have made things easier by opening up a lot of points, especially where MPs are concerned. I think MPs need to pull up their socks. They should not compare with the president, no. Every minute, every second, people, their minds are open to see what are these people doing. Because like the president has already campaigned himself from 2021. Which point am I talking about? Number one, education. Like in my case, I have about 4 children. I don't pay. Do you think I can vote for somebody who said your children have to pay? No, I can't. And how many are we, all the parents, who have benefited from that one? So we are naming. Now to them, they don't know. When you look at bursary, PF removed the bursary, but HH restored that one. So that's a score. And he's looking at the poor people. And him is maintaining about that, so that all the people should achieve what he promised them. And he's doing that. And those are the majority. Then those who are within the urban and whatever. But coming to the MPs, MPs are not doing anything good to themselves. It's not to the president. And they should not compare to the president. They are not doing themselves a good thing. Because they are not bringing people together like what Mubinda also is doing. Because MP must understand. I can give you a good example where we do vote here at Riverside, particularly Valley View. There are a lot of activities there whereby an MP was supposed to work on that one. The toilets are not there. Everything is just scattered. Are you seeing that? Now, do they think somebody will just come in and then vote for them? No, President has provided the education and the people are plenty there at school. And the MP is saying to build a toilet for those.
And there is CDF.
No.
And there is CDF, by the way.
Pull up their stuff.
There is CDF, by the way.
Yes. Hey, they're failing to utilize that one. And even running away from people.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that?
No.
Because the copper belt is our home. We know all the weaknesses in and out. But to me, whether the president said, I will not talk to people and whatever, the vote is there already because he has the majority of the people, especially the parents, the orphans, the widows, and you look at these people also, the retirees and whatever. Everything is maintaining that. Those are the issues.
Yeah.
He has just a few challenges which he can just sort out here and there. But for MPs, independent guys like my fellow friend said independent will be plenty than the ruling whatever. And independent, they do work again with the government. That's the goodness of independent people. Because they will come from where? From the ruling party, the independent people. That's what they should understand that.
Well, thank you, man.
So much, Mr. Tayali. I really love you the way you bring up issues and how you work in and out. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, thank you. Tyson Nimulea Muliata. Good evening, Mr. Tayali. I'm here to thank you for not for listening to those who want to force you to start talking against President HH. Just be like the way you are. For sure, my brother. I mean, all these people, they just excite you. Hey, talk this, whatever. And me, I've been through a lot of challenges. And all those people that, whatever, they are never there. They are never there. I'm grateful to some of these people, but up to me, I'm going to $50. But some of you, mula fear. Hello, my brother. Hello? Hello? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's not just come up for MPs.
Manje, phone Silveka Buno Bwanja.
Hello?
Eh?
Yeah, I think what I want to say, Mr. Tayali, I want to talk about the issue of the MPs. They need to be serious on what they are doing. Often kusongera pamoja abantu hao. Because family also wenza sasa nzera pamoja na wenzao. Chinangu nitakuti like monga ba given Luvinda. Ba given bena balaita ya perfect. Ba given Luvinda is supposed pa the family bana chika madira wa mdara wa ichi karo. Benda supposed to cooperate bana wati. Bali mchipano wa ichi cooperate mshimusho wankati na wakambisa na washika pesa.
It's true. Yeah. Sure. Ziko. Sure. Ziko. Hello? 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 Hello, I can't hear you for some reason. I don't know why. You know, the issue here at Galungu, you know, people thought that it will help them, but it will not help them. Issue here at Galungu will not help them. Akainde Ichilema is winning. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, it's from my end. It's good evening.
Yes, indeed. Good evening.
Okay. Fine, thank you. This is Cooper.
Yes.
I've been your follower, and today you've opened up in a lot of areas. You've touched on the opposition, you've touched on the ruling party as well. You've given them exactly what they are supposed to do. No wonder some, they will say, you are not right, you are unstable, you are not... But that's the fact. You've taught them what to do. If they are to go forward, they just need to follow that. The ground, it should be respected. For the opposition also, they need to unite. You've provided a good counsel both for the ruling and for the opposition. For their own benefit, if they don't want, they can go their own way. But you are there to give counsel. And there are very few people who are able to provide information such as that. Others, Barandila and Nisam Bayama bed. But there you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. How Mandini? So, if you're one, me, I'm really insisting on the UPND. President Hakainde Hichilema has already gotten a ticket. You know, he's gotten the political heaven ticket. Hakainde Hichilema is winning the next elections. And those of you who are delusional, thinking that Hakainde Hichilema, you are completely mistaken. You don't have the capacity, you don't have the means to really unseat President Hakainde Hichilema. You don't have. And Kasama is one example which has shown that you cannot win presidential. You can't. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, Mr. Tayali?
Fine, thank you.
Krishani Kumangarand. Wamdara? I'm Chareko Anot. What I've learned in life is when your time hasn't come, there will be these confusions. People in opposition, no matter you can talk to them up to tomorrow morning, they will still not hear.
Yeah.
You can talk, waste all your time. People, they will still not hear. Because their time hasn't come. Now, even the ruling party at times, they will do their own things. Even though you talk, they will still not hear you. But you continue talking, you continue providing leadership. Leadership is not to become a president, although that's what is missing in Zambia.
Thank you.
Because most of the people in the opposition, they think when they are leaders,
you know,
they need to be president.
Yes.
Because you can still be a leader, not a president.
You
cannot be throwing stones, but you are a leader. Now, look at a situation where I think I'd get stabbed, like the so-called Marukura now. This person from nowhere, he failed to read the constituency, want to become a president of a nation. How possible is it, gentlemen? How possible? Look at even another faction leader in the name of Waruvinda. I've got huge respect for him. He knows how to debate in parliament with a lot of experience around him. But surely inside his heart, can he stand as a Republican president? Do all the factors support that? Does he think, because even though I'm not a lawyer, but from what I know as well, he cannot stand as a president in Zambia. Because remember, there was a time when he wanted to stand as a president. He never stood because of other factors.
Well,
but now this man, he knows he can't stand. Why doesn't he support, for example, even Mundubile, the person who can stand? But he's arguing, making noise. And I get surprised. What are these guys thinking? I get surprised. Are they bewitched or what?
Yeah.
So anyway, continue talking to them. Or what I know as well, UPND is going through. We think probably maybe I see them going with a very big landslide. The
Yeah.
president will go through stress.
President,
That's
definitely.
No doubt about that.
Sure. No, thank you.
Because even when they are saying HH is going through, the question is through to who?
Yeah.
What time are they going to organize money to fly those planes from province to province?
Imagine.
Who is going to give money to a person they don't know?
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Chilufya Medicine.
Win of you.
I'm quite out of there. Kalamba. Therefore, kuipsako paliwa given Ruvinda. Meso valekita. Va given Ruvinda. One. Vena valera ndati Mundubile tali bwino. Nomba, uliama osamba obakwete.
Hey.
Enali wino.
Good question. Good question. Eh? Uwavipa pali Mundubile na Maosamba. Ni nani? Lero brand Mundubile avipa to be expelled. But Mtwankane Maosamba mundeterere is okay.
Yes. So we pushe kuti uwipile pali Maosamba mu Mundubile ni nani? So pakuti vantu vamone uri kwete mistake ni nani?
No.
Vavula mdana vakata problem.
No. Very good question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now please.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I think let me end here for tonight. I was basically, responding to the pastoral letter that has been issued by the Catholic Bishop. It is a very good pastoral letter, encouraging people to participate in politics, encouraging people to go out and vote, encouraging, free and fair elections. That's very good. And I've shared from my perspective as a Catholic and as somebody who is in politics, the challenges that we have. It's very difficult because a number of times politics goes beyond, just us, doing these talking and everything, exchange of ideas. It extends to our families. It extends to our income. It extends to a lot of other things. Some of us, we have ended up, being here in exile, and we are not happy. But unfortunately, that is part of politics. And it becomes very difficult to really, look at your conscience and do the politics, because sometimes you are twisted. Sometimes you are really caught up in a situation whereby, what do you just do? It's very difficult. Anyway, and, it goes now to talk about even the general politics. I've spoken about Chawama. Chawama by-elections showed that in spite of who a ruling party may put, in spite of the resources that they may put in, if people don't want that candidate, they will not vote for that candidate. And we are going to see a lot of this happening across the country in the general elections. Remember, during the time of by-elections, the state machinery goes in to help in the by-election. But in the general election, it will be very difficult. Some of these political giants that we are seeing, even some of these ministers, may not retain their seats. And the UPND need to be very careful on who they adopt as their candidate. Citing Chawama especially as an example, the people of Chawama refused to accept the candidate that they were given. So it is the same thing in the general elections. If the UPND are going to go, not scrutinizing some of these people who they are going to nominate, they will be disappointed. They will be disappointed. And in that regard, I am seeing a lot of independents winning. Should I take this one as the last one? Okay, let me take it as the last caller, at the last call. Hello? 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 Yes, I'm taking you as the last caller. Please make your submission quickly.
Yes, but Mushan.
Yeah, I'm quiet.
I'm quiet. Matapa being comment take up paper no paper topic yesterday. I don't see any chance you have my opposition is winning my election. Because the reason why I say so is because they're not coordinated and they don't know what they're doing. HH has a campaign for himself. That's through his works.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So, say Mulende Mai saying, Tayali, come home. This is your motherland. You wanna kasembe. Anyway, so basically, I was saying that UPND must make sure that they choose right people for to stand in these different constituencies and council chairperson and whatever. And I am seeing a lot of independency because the opposition is fragmented. So some of these people, they don't stand a chance standing on a political party, but standing on their own, especially those who have got resources. Especially those who have got resources. You are better off going as an independent than contesting on a political party. Because some of these political parties, really, they have no future. They have no future. And for those who are saying, no, Hakainde Hichilema Malaya, I'm saying, Hakainde Hichilema Malaya to who? Given Winda is busy destroying the party. He has really destroyed PF. There is no PF around Given Winda. There is no PF. He has destroyed it. Then, Brian Mundubile, they don't have capacity. They failed to man, the polling stations in Kasama. Winning an election, it is not just about convincing people, whatever. It is also about protecting your votes, making sure that the right results are announced. Failure to doing that, you have lost either way. You have lost. So, if they have failed to win Kasama, how can they win countrywide? Hakainde Hichilema is very far ahead than any of the presidential candidates. Hakainde Hichilema is winning with a landslide victory. No doubt about it. I think that is the summary of my presentation tonight. Thank you for following me. Thank you for your support. To some of you, I want to reiterate this point. To some of you that part away with a little bit of resources to send to me, I'm very grateful. I'm telling you, I don't take it for granted. And it goes a long way when you help. I'm very, very grateful. May God bless you and may God bless Zambia. Good night.